Hello YouTube. So I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and I wanted to do it when I had all the cards, but I just don't, so I'm doing it anyway. My friend's borrowing my Cataster and my Bryonax, so I'm proxying those, and then I'm proxying Infernity Barriers and Infernity General. General's not out yet, barriers are expensive. So what I'm going to show you is how to special summon 50 times in one turn using Infernities. You need 4 cards to do this loop. The 4 cards are Necromancer, Stygian Street Patrol, Avenger, and Archfiend. Actually, you need 5. You need Mirage too. That's to start it. You have to have these 4 in your graveyard, and this be the only card in your hand, which really isn't that hard to do. So it's not too bad. You end up getting them really fast. You'd be surprised. All right. So this is a long loop. It's not really a loop. It's just awesome. So yeah, let's start. All right. So you have Mirage, right? You're gonna summon Mirage with these 4 cards in your graveyard. You're going to use Mirage's effect, which is to tribute itself to special summon 2 Infernities while you have no cards in your hand. Mirage is going to special Necromancer and Avenger, so there's 2. And then you're going to use Necromancer's effect to once per turn special Archfiend, so there's 3. Yay! Alright, now Archfiend goes off. He lets you search your deck for an Infernity card. We're going to search for Infernity Launcher. We're going to activate Launcher. Now you're going to synchro into 100 Eyes Dragon. That's 4. I'm probably going to lose count of the special summons. You can go back through, but I promise it's like 50 at least. Okay, now you're going to use 100 Eyes effect to remove Mirage from your graveyard so that this gains its effect. And now you're going to tribute 100 Eyes Dragon. You're going to get Necromancer and Avenger with 100 Eyes. So these 2 are back. So that's 6, I think. Now you're going to use Necromancer again, special Archfiend. There's 7. Archfiend is going to search for another copy of Necromancer. This Necromancer's in your hand. Now you're going to synchro into Cataster. That's 8, I think. I'm really going to have a hard time keeping track. Alright, so like I said, my friend's using my Cataster, so I'm just gonna sure, I'll use a Vanguard card. That's Cataster. Tar. Alright. So Cataster's here. Now you're gonna use Launcher. It's once per turn effect to ditch an Infernity from your hand. That's how you get your hand clear again. Now you're going to use Launcher again to special summon twice. Necromancer and Avenger. Now you're going to synchro into Bryonax using Avenger and Cataster. That's like 11, I think. I think I'm done counting. Maybe not. I'll count as long as I can. So we went into Bryonax, which is going to be this guy right here. That's Bryonax. Alright. Now once we have Bryonax out, we're going to use the Necromancer to special Archfiend. Now we're going to search for our third necromancer. Okay, so we have our third necromancer. Now we are going to overlay our necromancers. That's like 12. This will be 13, I think, for Levier. Alright. Now, Levier is going to detach to special Mirage from your remove from play. Alright. Now we are going to ditch the Necromancer in our hand for Bryanax effects to bounce Archfiend. Now we're going to use Bryanak again to ditch Archfiend to bounce Sea Dragon back to your extra deck. Now we're left with Mirage and Bryanak. Alright. Now, we're going to use Mirage. Special summon 2 Infernity Necromancers. Okay. Now we're going to use 1 Necromancer to special summon Avenger. And we're going to use the other Necromancer to special summon Archfiend. Right. What is that card? Oh, it's in my good card. Alright. Anyway, where was I? Alright, it's a special to Archfiend. So Archfiend is going to search. So we're going to get Infernity Barrier, which is my Petite Dragon here. Set the barrier. Now we're going to synchro into 100 Eyes using the Necromancer that we have used. So we're going into our second 100 Eyes. And now we're going to remove Mirage and tribute 100 Eyes to special summon 2 more Necromancers. Alright, now we are going to use Necromancer to special Archfiend. And we're using Archfiend to search for Beetle. Beetle's in our hand. Alright, now we are going to exceed the 2 we've used for Levier. Use Levier to detach and special Mirage from your Alright, now we are going to use Bryanak effect to ditch the Beetle in our hand to bounce Levier. Back to our extra deck, Necromancer goes to the graveyard. Now we're going to use the Necromancer we haven't used and special Beetle from the graveyard. Alright, now we're going to sink into Mistworm. We're going to bounce 3 of your opponent's cards. Well, up to 3 of your opponent's cards, which is really good. Now, we're going to use Mirage. Get 2 Necromancers. Use 1 Necromancer to special an Archfiend. Now we're going to search for another copy of Archfiend. This is in our hand now. Now I'm going to ditch Archfiend to bounce Mistworm back to my extra deck to give us more space. Now we're going to use a Necromancer to special summon Avenger. Now we're going to go into 100 Eyes Dragon. Rawr. That is our third 100 Eyes. Okay. Now we are going to remove and tribute. Special summon Necromancer and Avenger. Now we're going to use Necromancer's Effect to special Archfiend. Now, this is my general. It's a scrap beast. If you don't know what it is, it's 7 stars. It's 2700 attack. You can remove this card from your graveyard to special summon 2 level 3 or lower Infernity monsters from your graveyard. It might be the same name, I don't know, but I am going to use the same name, so if it is, then yeah. So I get General to hand. Now I'm going to overlay for Levier. Now we're going to detach from Levier to special summon Mirage. Now we're going to use Bryanak to ditch the General in our hand to bounce Sea Dragon. Now we're going to sync with Archfiend and Avenger for Stygian Surgeons. Okay. Now we're going to tribute the Mirage. Get Necromancer and Avenger again. I don't know what special summons we're at right now, but there's a lot. Necromancer is going to get Archfiend. Now Archfiend's going to search for a copy of Mirage. Now we're going to sync for Void Ogre. Ta-da! If you don't know what Void Ogre does, he's a Shien. Well, you have no cards in your hand. So, we're going to remove Stygian Street Patrol from your grave. 2 special Mirage from your hand. Now you're going to tribute Mirage to get an Infernity Beetle and an Infernity Necromancer. Whoops. Beetle and Necromancer. I believe. Yes. Alright. Sync for Infernity Doom Dragon with Bryanak and Beetle. That's 8. So we're going Doom Dragon. Rawr. This most retarded looking card ever. Now we're going to use Necromancer's Effect to special Avenger from the graveyard. We're going to sync for Armory Arm. We're going to equip Armory Arm to Void Ogre or Infernity Doom Dragon. Either one. I'll equip it to Void Ogre. Now we're going to use General's Effect from the graveyard. Banish it. And now we're going to special 2 Necromancers. Now we're going to overlay for Levier, detach, and that's the end of the loop right there. So that's your field when you're done with it. You also have a barrier to negate stuff because you have a face-up Infernity. It's probably game. It's 50 special summons, I'm pretty sure. If you want to, go ahead and count to make sure. But it should be 50. If they drop Max C, they're going to draw until they deck out. Because by the time you have the combo, they're going to have to draw them. They're going to draw their 6. And then they're going to have to draw like about 4 times before you get this stuff in your graveyard to get this combo out. Or they'll probably make themselves draw. So by that time, they'll be at 50 cards left in their deck, and that's if they're running a 60-card deck. If they're being smart and running a 40-card deck, or a 44-card deck, somewhere in there, then they're just screwed whenever you get the combo. So they'll drop Maxi, they'll deck them out. One more thing well, obviously this is game right here. If you attack, because you would have bounced 3 things with Miststorm already, which is amazing. So yeah, that's the loop I've wanted to do for a while. I wanted to show you guys. I thought it was pretty cool. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be sure to answer them. So thanks, guys. That's all. Bye.